Harry P with the Driftless Homestead. Hey, what we're going to do today is we are going to sit down and we're going to go on Field and Forest Products website and we are going to order our mushroom plugs to inoculate these ironwood logs right here. There's 54 of them here, and then I've got some sugar maple logs over on the other side there. So we're going to order the mushroom plugs to inoculate them with shiitake spore. The other thing we're going to order from Field and Forest Products is some wine cap mushrooms. So I showed you last week that we've got a wood back to Eden garden or wood chip gardening, which is a deep mulch method, and what that does is a big soil builder. So as the wood chips decompose, they create a rich soil or environment for the plants to grow in. And it takes 2 or 3 years to set this up. So the core of my garden would be on year 2 at this particular location, and then I'm adding, I don't know, 8 feet to each, 8 feet to the garden on each side. So those are going to be with new wood chips. But what I've done to prepare that ground is I laid down cardboard to kill the grass, and then you put the wood chips on top of it, and then it kind of accelerates the process there. The other way you can accelerate the process is by ordering wine cap mushroom spawn and putting that in with the wood chips. So the mycelium for the wine cap mushrooms breaks down wood fibers and kind of like pre-digests it to go into the ground. The other thing that digests the wood chips is earthworms, you know. So I know I told you last time when I first did that, the earthworms came right away. So the benefits of the wood chips is, one, to retain moisture in your garden. It's extremely rare that I would water my garden. It's a ground cover, so it helps modulate the temperature from the sun, so you don't have the temperature getting too hot for the seeds or for the plants to grow in. And then the other is to create this rich humus into the soil, and that will keep building and it'll keep going down. So it'll keep enriching the soil as it goes, and if you keep going and keep doing it, your just soil becomes looser and looser and richer, and there's no bad benefit. I hear people down south have problems with termites. I've never experienced anything like that where I've lived when I've done this. So in my eyes, this is a very good gardening method, and then it keeps the weeds down. It's a huge benefit. So the weeds end up coming up in there, and they struggle to get through the wood chips, and then they just pull out easy. Or I use a scuttle hoe, and I just walk along the wood chips and cut them off underneath the wood chips, and it's pretty good results on that as well. So we're going to order our mushroom spawn for the wine cap mushrooms to help digest our wood chips and speed the process up there. And then we're going to also order the shiitake mushroom spawn to inoculate the logs here. So total this year I'm adding about 75 logs, and then we'll see what goes on after this. You know, hopefully this year too I'll be able to offer some for sale. I'll sun dry them and offer them as sun-dried mushrooms for sale. So we'll keep you up to date as we enter our production season. Also on the mushroom topic, in the next couple of weeks here we're going to start morel mushroom hunting. I've spent years looking for morel mushrooms without finding any, because I was just aimlessly wandering around in the woods looking for these things. There's a little bit of a trick or knack to finding them, to finding your first one, but then you know, you kind of get an eye, the wood's eye for it. And it's something that you have to do every year. You have to find that first one to train your eye to do it. The big thing though is learning what type of trees they grow around in your area, because I will tell you, in different areas of the country they grow around different trees. In Wisconsin, you can kind of concentrate on the dead elm trees, which are very easy to see at a distance because of the way the tree grows, which when we get out into the woods, I'm going to point those out to you and show you um, how to identify these elm trees. And then the other thing is, you know, old apple orchards are very productive for morel mushrooms. So if you know where any of those are out in the woods or an old homestead, you know, I would go looking there as well. So look for that to come up in the next couple of weeks. But before that, there's a book that I read that really started my success on morel mushroom hunting, and that would be the book is called Find the Tree, Find the Morel by Justin Yap. I'm pretty sure you could look up and find that on Amazon or maybe in a used bookstore, but just Google it. A lot of information in there. It's not a very big book, but just it's the right information you need if you're a beginning mushroom hunter. And I would not be afraid of the morel mushrooms, hunting them. There is really no other look-alike mushroom out there. There's what they call a false morel, which is a dangerous mushroom, but it looks nothing like a real morel. So once you see the two next to each other, you're going to say, oh yeah, there's, how do you make this mistake? So okay, here we are at the Field and Forest Products website. It's really a nice website. You can shop by mushroom type. You can shop by the type of spawn you want to buy. If you're new at this, I would suggest that you buy the plug spawn, because you really need less specialized equipment. You can do it with a drill. I would suggest buying an angle grinder and the bits, but you can just pound them in with a hammer. You don't need the special tool to do it. Then there's a section in here you can learn about the mushrooms. You can learn about you know, what types of logs that you need to grow what on, and then you can also different mediums as far as how to grow them. Then there's their story. You can sign up for their newsletter. There's a blog, and then there's a section here for beginners. I did take a class there last year, I guess it was, and you know, I thought, because I want to set this shiitake mushroom business up, so that's kind of what I thought I was getting into. But when I went there, it was really a beginner's class, and I would think that I was past that class, but I still had a lot of fun interacting with the owners of Field and Forest Products, and the other people there, to hear their stories, why they were there, and what they expected to get out of the class. So it was kind of interesting. So we're going to go right over here to the shop button, and we use plug spawn, and we are gonna get this pop up. There's many mushrooms that you can, different mushrooms you can get. I like to grow mushrooms on logs because any mushroom grown on a log is considered a medicinal mushroom. They all have different attributes. You can Google on to do them. The shiitake mushroom will lower your cholesterol. It has immune modulating qualities, and it also has some other benefits. You know, none of them are really proven, but you know, the Chinese have been using them for years, and then the lion's mane tends to help with nerve issues. So I'm going to go to the shiitake, and I've tried a few We're in the wide range strains here. I've tried a few different strains of shiitake. I tried the WR46. Didn't seem like it went that well. The Beltrain I tried as well. It didn't do so well. And what really worked well for me were these double jewels. So now I've kind of concentrated on the double jewels here. So we'll just click on our options. So with how many logs I've got, I basically get about 50 plugs per log. I'm planning on doing it a little bit heavy this year because of the way I'm going to sell the mushroom logs next year in 1 foot sections. I want to make sure I got a lot of plugs and it takes really well. So I am going to buy 3,500 plugs. So 3 1,000 count bags and 1 500 count bag. And I'm going to add that to the cart. For $157 to do like 70 logs. So if you were to take the $157 and divide it by 70 equals $2.24 to inoculate each log. So I think if you get a log to last 5 years and it puts off a half a pound per fruiting, and you fruit that log 3 times in 1 year, a pound and a half at $15 a pound, and it lasts for 5 years, I think the math on that's pretty good. But my full intention is to of course, is to sell mushrooms, but then I'm also going to offer, I'm going to take those 4-foot logs and cut them into 3, divided by 3. So then my input cost per log that I'll sell at the farm market will be 75 cents per log, and I'll sell those logs for, I've seen them in like Johnny's catalog, I think it was $30 for a 1 foot section. So if I can get $20 for something I paid 75 cents for, plus my labor, I already own the equipment, so that's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to cut them on an angle, and a slight angle, and then I'm going to get a wood burner, and I'm going to wood burn our logo into it. So wherever these logs go, if people buy them and give them to other people for gifts, my name will the Driftless Homestead will travel with the logs, and then people remember where they got them, and they can come back the next year or next time they want to buy logs again. And I'll probably, once I hit scale, I'll probably sell full-size logs too, and get more money for those as well. So I'll just go to checkout here and show you how easy this is. So I will check out, and we'll get on from here, and then that's it. I'm gonna have that easy to order it, and then once the plugs come in, of course, I'm going to take you through the process step by step on how to plug your logs. Now that we selected them, we cut them down, we let them sit for 2 weeks, and now we'll take you into inoculating the logs. And then I'm getting my log yard set up now, because I had the ones that were out. You have to leave them sit for a year before you get, before you can start fruiting them, and then it still needs to warm up a bit yet before you can fruit them. So I'll probably fruit them after the morel season, like the very week after that. I'll lay out a calendar with a schedule based on how many logs I got and how many I can do in 1 week. So stay tuned. We'll probably do some more getting logs out of the woods on the next video, and then on the Thursday video we'll do another gardening or a mushroom hunting video. So thanks for showing up. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And for those of you interested, we have the we're giving away a free picaroon in April. All you have to do is subscribe and then leave a comment in the comments section below. I want a picaroon or I want a hookaroon, and we're going to get it.